What's up, everybody? My name is Bryce, and I'm here to inspire you. I'm here to help you grow, and I'm here to hopefully motivate you to be your best self. Today, I want to talk about how curiosity and how being curious and asking the right questions can launch you so much further than you ever thought was possible, and share a little bit of my experience and how I navigate my path and how I grow with the questions that I ask. The number one thing is to be curious. You have to be curious about life, about what it is that we're doing, what it is that you're doing. That's how you're going to figure out the direction you need to go. I like to think that thinking is my superpower, and I love thinking, I love being curious, and that's why I encourage you to be curious and find that fire within you that inspires you and you feel like you're destined to do, and be curious about that part of you. Maybe you get really fired up about football cards, or it may be you get really fired up about track, or you may get really fired up about soccer. It could be anything you desire. Find that and be curious, ask questions. Things really started to grow for me when I started going to the people that were great at what I love to do. And I'm going to say that again. I started really growing when I put my ego aside and went to the people who were great and were in the position I wanted to be in. So I was a backup in college. I went up to the starters and I said, "What are you doing that I'm not?" Or I would notice they would do something really well, and I would go up to them and say, "Hey, do you mind telling me what it is that you do in that moment?" Or I would go to the DBs that would lock me up, or the best players on my team, and be like, "What are you doing that I'm not?" And that curiosity allows you to launch so much further than if you're trying to do it alone or if you're trying to do it on your own. And I'm always going to say it, success leaves clues. And what I mean by success leaves clues is that if you ask someone who's successful or in the position that you want them to be in, they'll tell you more often not. And if they're not going to tell you, then they got something else going. But mostly you'll realize and see that successful people love to help successful people. Take pride in your questions, Don't ask "Oh, what did you do to be successful?" Ask questions that really get people thinking. Once you start taking pride in your questions, see how extravagant your conversations get. The surface level is not where success is. Deeper. Always dig deeper. You're just having these surface level conversations, you're just going to keep going around in a circle. It's going to be like that rat wheel. You're not going to go anywhere. But if you ask a question and someone gives you an answer, ask them how they got that answer or what they did to get into that position, and ask them how it felt. Ask why questions. Ask how questions. Because if you do that, people love to talk about themselves. There's a book. It's called How to Win Friends and Influence People. Read it. Tell me what you think. Because that really teaches you how to interact with people and how to ask questions. Once you start doing that, and once you start asking true, deep, meaningful questions, your conversations, your relationships, your life is going to just expand so much more in a beautiful way. Because if you're just surface level and you're just mindlessly scrolling, mindlessly talking, you're an NPC. There's nothing more I hate than NPCs. I can't stand them. And if you're an NPC and you don't know how to stop being an NPC, come find me. Talk to me. I'll help you get out of it. And don't stop at surface level. If someone doesn't give you an answer you want, a depth that you want, ask them a further question. It's like a tree. You don't just go up to a branch and say, "How'd you grow?" No, you go to the root. You go to the root of the problem, the root of the answer, the root of the thought. And that's where success lies. That's where you're going to get your real answer. So that's really all I got to say. Never stop being curious. Always ask questions. Learn how to ask good questions. And just do it for you, You don't got to do this for no one else. You're on your own path. Enjoy your path. Enjoy your life. And enjoy the people around you. That's really all I got to say. Let's be great. Peace.